Start trying to get the camera a little faster. So, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another volume of Diarrhea of a Madman. I am your host, Johnny Deneen, and this is my shit show. Right before coming in here, I was throwing away a piece of garbage, and I did that whole Kobe thing that people do, and I missed. And I thought to myself, is this what that helicopter pilot was thinking, for a split second as they were going down? That too dark. No pun intended. Not because everyone burned up, but and not because half of them were already black. Damn, I stumbled over the fucking punchline. Anyway, moving on. Uh, so yeah, my sense of humor is a bit different. Um, I wouldn't call it different. A lot of people have different sense of humors, but I spent 20 years in the army from 2000 to 2000 till 2020. Um, So I don't know. It had its effect on me, and I retired. Ended up retiring to South Carolina in a predominantly black neighborhood. So now I'm a cop. Yep. Okay. I retired in South Carolina, but I did. I grew up. I'm gonna say it. I grew up in fucking Oklahoma. Well, at least from the ages 6 until I was 19. And I remember I told a joke there about this one time about this Native American. I guess I can't say Indian anymore. Native American punched me in the gut so hard that it made me look and sound like a Native American. My face got all red, and I was all like, yeah, it didn't get any laughs then either until it started raining. All right. If you've lasted that long, you just got through the first 2 minutes of my stand up set that I still have yet to get behind any mic other than this one to do a podcast. But I have been thinking about it, and I have been trying to string together some jokes. That's the first time I've ever done, though, that if you were doing any counting, those were 3 jokes. And not done well. I know that, but that's the first time I've done it in front of a camera. And probably only like the 10th time I've said it out loud. So I'm coming in completely unprepared, but that's how I always thought stand up was growing up. Just, the sketch comedy, I knew there was writing, but stand up to me, like when I was just seeing it for the first time as a kid, listening to it, I had a vinyl of Bill Cosby himself, and that shit was hilarious. Still is. Uh, Scandal noted. But I always felt like the key to a good stand up comedian is when they get up there and they do their jokes like it's the first time they're telling them. It just comes off so easy, whatever, and I don't know. I'm nowhere near that, but yeah, that's me getting, I guess, a little bit, I don't know, moving forward, progress. Shit, I don't care. Anyway, thank you and for sticking around and listening to my shit show. Let's get it started now for reals. What have I been watching? Um, the same shit. I'm still watching Mad Men. I can't get away from it because I'm trying to fucking finish it. I hate all these people in the show. Like everyone is in one way or another a fucking piece of shit. and I don't know. I mean, not everyone, but for the most part, I'm in the last season. So I don't like any of these people, and I don't know why this fucking show's got me hooked, but it does. And it also has me looking into, like, I was telling the wife, I read labels more. I look at ads, I commercials. I pay more attention to. One in particular, there was this. Sometimes it's more to look. I'm paying more attention to the ads, and I'm finding other shit. I'm finding shit that's wrong or doesn't make sense. And I think that's my father coming out in me because that's the kind of guy he was. Apparently, his job, um, he worked in the AT&T, and T, and then when it turned into Lucent. Anyway, he was with them forever. Um, and his job was to point out others' mistakes. Like when he came around, nobody was looking forward to it. So I don't know. Maybe I get that trait from him, but bad trait to have. But I noticed there was a local commercial, a car dealership commercial. I posted it out on my social media. They uh, misspelled approved. They only put one P in it. JT's Kia in Columbia, South Carolina. Looking at you, old bastard. Get your scary ass off the fucking TV. Hand it over to that younger guy, your son-in-law or whatever the fuck. You look like the fucking guy from. This guy looks like if you give him that black hat with the really round rim from Poltergeist 2, whatever, singing that fucking Jesus song or whatever. That guy. He looks exactly like that guy. Which I'm pretty sure is the same guy who came in during Indiana, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, when the guy drank from the wrong cup. There was like one frame that was actual real person. It was that her, and it was the owner, JT Kia in fucking Columbia, South Carolina. Get your shit together, or just run it by me. You can only I'll do not pro bono, but buy fucking commercial. Anyway, that was a mistake I found. There was this other commercial. They're called Miracle Made sheets, and there's this part in it that doesn't make any sense to me because the black guy at one point they're talking about the sheets and all the people that are laying there. Like the one girl's like, "Oh, I can just fall asleep here," and then the black guy's like rolling around. He's like, "And they don't make a bunch of noise when I move around." What kind of what kind of fucking bed sheets have you had, dude? Like newspapers? Because I've never had bed sheets that made loud noises. They're like I've never thought of bed sheets being loud, other than maybe in color. What the fuck? Like Miracle Mate, how the hell did anyone let that get through? I don't know. Maybe I'm just making too much of it, but still, it doesn't make any sense. None. It's fucking stupid. Get your shit together. Um. So yeah, Mad Men. It's got me that. It's got me doing that. Uh, I can't wait to finish it. I think I've got like maybe 6, 7 episodes left. I don't know how many are in this season. Doesn't matter. I watched The Smashing Machine, the Dwayne Johnson. I think just I don't think he goes by The Rock anymore, or only specifically The Rock. I forget. Doesn't matter. The movie was. Uh, I hated it at first. I was watching it like, why the fuck do I care about this guy? Like this guy, he was an all-state fucking wrestler, college fucking dude, great wrestler. So he was a jock, and this was during what years? Like all in all, a jock at that time, dude was probably a fucking prick. Be just maybe a nerd around him or whatever the fucking case may be. So, um, had don't give a shit. You could be the fucking most politest guy in the world right now because that's how they make him out later. But he was a drug addict. Um, apparently with really good fucking drugs. Like with that, there's a scene where another dude gets hurt. Shout out Boss Rudin, and he hooks him up with some fucking meds, and he's like, "Oh, I know why you were always sweaty. I know why you were always sweaty." Anyway, Rotten, well, call him fucking Rotten Bastard. He fucking knocked me the fuck out the day he dies for calling him that, but did great in that movie. I think The Rock went. He was good at times. He was bad at times. I think he went over the top a little bit. But shout out fucking Emily Blunt. Hello, nurse. Looking spot on, girl. Uh, playing a crazy fucking bitch. Holy yeah, that relationship. But not one of them kind of makes me, one not wonder, but uh sit, just realize why he was doing the pain meds of, you know, just being hurt. But um yeah, so that movie was what it was. By the end of it, I was into it. Uh, I I I got over that whole bully shit because I guess I was taking that fucking projection on it because I was bullied. Believe it or not, this sexy fucking ass was bullied as a child. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. That guy was a fucking pioneer of the sport. I mean, built bridges that brought pride and the UFC together. And I remember UFC back when they were doing them, UFC 1, 2, 3, when it was a tournament of like, they put up a karate guy versus a fucking uh, boxer. Um, Jiu-jitsu wasn't really a thing until what's his name, the Brazilian guy, and his whole fucking family came about. But there was like judo, there was there was other ground shit. There was wrestling dudes. Uh I remember you can still see all this shit online. They brought a sumo guy out versus a boxer, but they only put like a glove on one of his hands. Doesn't make sense. Um and then it started getting like fucking mean shit. Excuse me. And I was watching these things as a child. My brother Mike, I'd go hang out uh, with him and his buddy Tim. Shout out, rest in peace, Tim. And Tim was he was into kickboxing and that kind of thing. And they would drink beer and whatnot and watch UFC, and I'd be in there just hanging out. My little ass getting to hang out with my older brother was a whole fucking thing. But that's why I remember UFC. And they remember this. There was this dude, big motherfucker, and he walked in. He had this long hair, and he had it pulled back to a fucking like ponytail, right? And I remember Tim telling me, he's like, this dude comes into this fight with that ponytail, and he leaves without it. Like, there were no rules. They ripped his fucking hair out, and I don't remember what UFC that was. And if you could look it up, fucking let me know in the comments, please. But it was I forget. It was, I don't know. Just you can probably just look that up. Google. And Google's getting good. You don't have to be specific anymore. Hell, just think about it. It'll appear. But yeah, Smashing Machine. If I had to give it a number rating, fucking 6.5, 7. Just because, at the end, it's kind of cool. They show him, whatever. But yeah, uh, that's a Smashing Machine. Uh, last week, I was talking about stupid fucking skit shit that I like to come up with. And I should have segued this beginning of my shit show when I was talking about my comedy bullshit. But you know how like everyone's doing the oops all stuff now? I think I want to come out with a brand of food called oops all, but it's just that food, like it's that food anyway. Like oops all can of peas, like oops all canned corn, it's that anyway, instead of, I don't know. that didn't go anywhere. Let's get into fucking everyone's favorite time. It is titty time. Twitter trending. Hope the mic picked that up. I still suck at editing this shit. That's not Twitter. Those are my fucking notes. Let's go to Twitter here. Oh, look, there's fucking bitches' faces yelling at me. Just like I hope my clips do on Twitter. They yell at you guys. You gotta fucking take. Number one in trending, Giannis. Oh, dude, is fucking the Greek fucking freak getting traded? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, developing story. Damn, where do you think he goes? Where do you think he goes? Let me know in the comments, dude. Does he stay in the fucking? He's in the East, right? Milwaukee's in the East. Yeah. Fucking no, I don't pay attention to basketball anymore. I grew up a Bulls fan. Uh, was born in Chicago, not raised, except for the first 6 years. But my entire family, by the time I came around, they were all Chicago fucking natives. But so we were Bulls fans, and so I had my fucking time in the '90s. That shit, fucking everyone else can suck ass because it was before I found out about Boston, L.A. having their shit. So, there's a lot of fucking trading going on. Talks. There's something in football. Browns. Who gives a fuck about the Browns? Nicki Minaj is. She's apparently trying to talk politics. Okay, whatever. It's a fucking show anyway. It's a shit show, just like this. Like, if you're still fucking listening at this point, come on now. What the fuck? When Nicki Minaj is dabbling in fucking politics? I mean, when Trump became president the first time and I got his autograph from whatever, I don't fucking care if you are left or right, but I never voted my entire goddamn life. I just, I joined the army. I was like, I'm going to serve this way. But when this dude got fucking elected, I was like, wait, you mean the guy from the fucking television show that you're fired? That guy? Like, is that what he's going to do? I don't know. All those jokes have already been done. But so I guess this whole Nicki Minaj thing, dabbling in politics, shouldn't be a big fucking thing, right? I mean, celebrities have been whatever. I don't know. Moving on. Fuck out of politics. It's all fucking politics, man. I need to change my goddamn Psylocke trending in the United States. Why is Psylocke treated? Marvel. Marvel real Psylocke. Wait, didn't I go to high school with Psylocke? Wasn't she in Armageddon? X-Men Armageddon. Man, I forget her name. I knew her Lisa Munn. You guys know her as Olivia Munn. Wasn't she Psylocke? Anyway, she graduated with me. We don't know each other at all. So, fuck it. This shit's over with. Let's end it all with the Lemmy quote. Lemmy from Motorhead tells us today, you treat me like a human being and I'll treat you the same. Otherwise, you could just fuck off. You can have either. You can have the nice guy or you can have you choose it. Lemmy Motorhead, 2005. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Share with your friends. Tell them how much I suck. Love you guys. See you next week.